Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making this lovely top. The one on the side is the one I recreated. So for this project, we're going to first start off by drafting on the pattern paper. We need to draft this on the paper, then transfer it. But don't worry, it's a very simple pattern drafting. Very simple. So first things first, we're going to draft the basic bodice pattern. I started off by marking my vertical measurements, which is my bust point of 10 inches, my waistline of 16 inches, and the full length of my top, which is 18 inches. So after marking that, I'm going to come to my starting point and mark my shoulder, which is 14 divided by 2, making it 7. And I came down to do my shoulder slope of 1 inches. And here I'm going to do a neckline of 3 by 3 inches, and I'm going to connect my shoulder slope and mark and curve my neckline of 3 inches. Then I'm going to come to this other side to get my chest line, which is also my armhole line. And for that, I came up from my bust point by 2 inches to get that point, and then I mark this 7 inches to connect it to that 7 inches over there, and I'm going to make a mark of that 2 inches to get my armhole line, which is also my chest line. So after doing that, I am going to now insert my body measurement, my bust is which my bust is 34 divided by 4, and I'm going to take out 1 inches from that. I'll also do my waist divided by 4 minus 1. We are taking out 1 inch from this. For this, you're not even going to add a sewing allowance. Instead, you're even going to take out from your normal body measurement. You're going to take out 1 inch from your normal body measurement. The reason why we're doing this is because the fabric that we're working with is going to be a stretchy fabric. So for a stretchy fabric, you are supposed to take out instead of adding to your normal body measurement. So after that, I cut from the waist down to the chest line, and then I extended the chest line, and I'm going to also extend it to this other side because I am going to transfer this other measurements or this other pattern to this other side, because we need to have the full pattern on this other side as well to be able to get the strap and all of that to do the asymmetric design. So for that, right now I'm just transferring everything, like the neckline. I'm cloning everything to the other side as well, and then we'll proceed from there. This part is very necessary. Don't worry, this is not hard. Just if you're not understanding what I'm saying, just look at what I'm doing and you will understand it. It's not difficult. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to go over to this other side. That is this other side of the paper. And on this shoulder line, I am going to mark 1 inch on this shoulder line. Take out 1 inch because this shoulder line right now is 4 inches and I want it to be 3 inches. So I'm going to take out 1 inch from this shoulder line and curve it to meet that armhole point. You can leave this if you want, it's optional. And then from this point, I'm going to come down by 2.5 inches from this other shoulder, and then it's going to connect to this other side. So after making that point, I'm going to connect it to this other side. That is for the band. That is for the band, and then we're going to connect that to meet this other shoulder side. But we're going to make sure that it's going to touch in the middle of the paper. Is going to make sure to touch that point, that line of 3 inches, and then we'll curve that in to meet this other side. If you don't have this curve rule, you can just use your free hand to do it, but make sure it touches that line of 3 inches at the middle. And then from this other point, I'm coming up from my armhole. I'm going to come out by 1.5 inch, that is 1.5 inches. I'm going to come out because I want my band to be 3 inches. So I'm marking 3 inches and making sure that I have 3 inches for my band. Then I am going to connect it to create the band. The reason why I want my band to be 3 inches is by the time I sew half of an inch, everything's going to end up to like maybe 2.5 inch of the band, or even 2 inches. So it's better to do it like that, because if your band is 2 inches or 2.5, by the time you finish, it might look small. So after that, I'm just going to cut that to go and meet this other side of the neck. That's basically it. And then cut out this armhole, this other armhole the way it is. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. If you don't understand what I'm saying, look at what I'm doing and you understand. And here you can join another paper to extend the band, or just cut it out on the fabric when you are cutting, which is what I did. Or you can join the paper and extend it. So after here, I went ahead to place it on the fabric and I cut it. So here, I placed it on the fabric. I'm using a lycra fabric, which is a very stretchy fabric, and I placed it and I cut out two. And I'm also going to cut another two again for, that is for my lining. So you're going to line both the back and the front together, So this is the fabric I'm making use of, lycra fabric. It stretches on all sides. So after doing that, and I place them two together, and I'm going to sew the neckline and then the bottom of the top, and also sew the armhole of the top, then leave the sides unsewn. So after doing that, we'll come back to the table, and I'm going to put my hand through and flip it inside out. This is why we had to leave the sides unsewn, because we need something to come and use and flip it out. So which is what I did here. After flipping it out, I just placed it on top of each other. As you can see here, I have gone ahead to extend the band. I've gone ahead to extend the band, so the band is already extended. At this point, you can go ahead to go and iron it if your fabric is ironable. But if it's not, just leave it. I didn't iron mine. Then I placed the pieces on top of each other and I sewed the sides close, and you can go ahead and weave this after you're done. And after that, this is how my top was looking, very nice and beautiful. I really love this top and I really love the outcome. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Please leave a comment and subscribe.